Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mosaic Minds. I'm your host, Vince, along with my co-host and best pal,
Tristan.
And today, we're going to be talking about stories and anything else. Government shutdown, mainly. So,
Government shutdown. That actually brings quite a question. How exactly has it been affecting you so far?
not really. I mean, I still go to school every day, have not been affected. The most that it has affected are public parks. Now, I live in an urban area. There's not one state park in like 100 miles from here. Believe me, I walked 100 miles. Not a freaking state park.
And I would walk 500 miles and... Alright.
Copyright infringement. God damn it.
Fuck! I forgot about that. Anyway, so, okay.
Be really careful on that one.
It hasn't really affected you, though. From my conversation last night with Jessie after we had done the live show, she actually had a problem because she was trying to get a passport. The trouble is that you can't get any sort of form of ID or anything really these days because of the shutdown.
Wait, can't you get?
Like any form of ID.
Any form of ID. So the BMWs everywhere shut down.
Well, it's mostly because, from what I understand, it's primarily an administrative shutdown.
Well, it is, technically. I mean, we do have a budget. The last thing to go... Now, you'll know when it's really affected me. When the cops go and when the schools go.
But I don't think that's actually going to happen, because...
It probably won't, because I know this government is not... yes, they are childish. Yes, they are the biggest fucking babies in the world. I will not doubt that. Yes, I'm probably going to die from saying that, but it's freaking true. Look, what they did, government shutdown, because Obama wants health care and does not want to wait a year, and Republicans decide not to forward the bill, so it's this big divide of bullshit. I mean, European countries don't even have this problem. Canada doesn't even have this problem.
No, and that's what I find amazing. I think it's actually the first real government shutdown, where it's actually on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I think 1996 was by accident, and it was only like a couple months.
I don't even know about that.
Now, I'm not going to research it because I really don't care for American history and all that. I really just find it boring. But anyway,
to all the historians out there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really fucking ridiculous in how people are with this. I mean, yes, you don't want to wait a year. Don't be impatient. The biggest problem is that a lot of people get taxed anyway. So people would love to wait for it to go on for another year. Listen, my mother's Republican. And people who get her paycheck, no, she's not rich. I'm not going to say she's rich or anything. My father, we're not rich. We're just a little bit lower middle class. So if we get paid, it's like a big tax on it, and America taxes anything. I would not be surprised if the next couple of years I'd get taxed for breathing. Or just have any vowel in my name.
Well, that's probably, a little bit of a stretch. But I think that... I mean, it is really ridiculous that it even happened, because, as you said, it's a lot like just two children fighting.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like, we can't agree, and then, someone was just like, fuck it, kids, just go stand in the fucking corner.
No, that's what needed to happen. Someone has to step in and say, you two are fucking ridiculous, grow up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh no, we can't agree. Shut down the whole government! Yeah, that's a great fucking idea.
This is what you when Abraham Lincoln said, a country divided cannot stand.
Divided in itself, I think.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm just paraphrasing it for time's sakes.
I get you.
So, and it's hypocrisy because how this country works. We have all these parties, all these decisions, and they all fight each other. Like some big fucking war zone. Like it's these mini factions and one big faction. It's ridiculous. It's like, imagine... Alright, I know you don't play Fallout or any of that. I know...
I've played the third one, but I've never played New Vegas.
Alright, so you know a little bit about Fallout 3. I don't know if you played the shit like I did, but...
No, I played Fallout 3 very extensively.
Alright, so you should know. Alright, I'm going to use Fallout 3 as an example. If you haven't played Fallout 3, then think of an analogy for yourself, or just look up the factions and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, in the Fallout verse, there's Enclave and Brotherhood of Steel. Those are the two main major conflicts in the whole wasteland, besides super mutants, raiders, druggies, and all that shit.
Yeah, of course.
So those two fight. Now think of those as Republican, Democrat, through either one party. But then you have, Megaton. Then you have Redwood City. Then you have Underworld. I was about to say Necropolis. The Citadel. Well, no, not Citadel. What other settlement? Big Town. And then say you have the Oasis and Republic of Dave. Whatever. All this. That's how the American government is. It's like mini governments in the two larger governments.
Yeah.
And
this is pretty much how it works.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because that's not how a country stands. Monarchy works because, there's like a few I think work. Monarchy works because it's one family. Yes, if the family's crazy, people can revolt. That's the extreme it can go. People want to love their king, not hate them.
Yes.
Yes, people can call it dictatorship. That's only when the king is bad. When the king is good, oh no, it's perfectly a monarchy. See?
Or alternatively, they could call it tyrannical.
Yeah, it's tyrannical too. But then you got how European governments work. Now, the European democracy is you have one party, two candidates.
Yes.
Why can't we have that?
Well, we still have the different parties kind of fighting against each other, but for power. But at the same time, that's really the same anywhere.
Well, I mean, how does Canada's government work? I know it's slightly different from America's in a sense. I know it's a direct democracy, not like here,
yes.
where it's a republic democracy, where it's an example of a government.
It is indeed quite the democracy, but at the same time, one of the biggest differences, I'd say, is that we don't have a president.
You have a prime minister of some sort?
Yes.
Yes, all right.
Yeah,
so
we have a prime minister.
It's really weird. I think you guys would have a president,
You would think so, just because of the fact that we're just so bloody big.
No, I think so because you're a direct democracy. That's why.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Because if you're big, I would not be surprised if it's a prime minister because they take over a larger area. I thought you would have one president running the parliaments of a prime minister. Or where the parliament is. I think it's like the equivalent to the White House.
This is true.
All right, I want to make sure my
it is pretty much the equivalent of the White House, yes.
All right, so in Canada's government, which I love Canada's government more than the United States, which is really fucked up on me. Except I don't think Canada does what America does. In America, we do this sort of brainwashing kind of thing. We have to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Now,
yes, I've heard about that from one of my friends that was born he was born in Canada. He moved to the States when he was young, and he lived in Florida until he was about 10, 11, which is when I met him. I think I've brought him up in the show before. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, he did say that it was actually very eerie, because that was exactly what happened. Every morning at school, people would say the Pledge of Allegiance to the national anthem, which is
it's not actually not the national anthem. It's actually like you're pledging allegiance to this form of government, to the Republic, which is what America's alternative name is. Besides the USA, the U.S., it's also known as the Republic because it's a republic, and we're proud to be a republic. Well, I'm not, but I'm saying from a country standpoint.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
So that's how it is here, and I really got tired of it in ninth grade. I really, for a long time, did not do the Pledge of Allegiance. I sat down. I'm not swearing an allegiance to a country I don't agree with, especially if they act like children. I do not agree with entirely.
I actually can completely and utterly understand that. I agree with it.
But it's some sort of respect bullshit. But I mean, this is not Confucius Asia. I have my own opinion. I don't have to follow some respect. Yes, if a teacher is cool, and I mean by cool, very calm, very relaxed, very professional in a sense, but can also have fun, like how we have on here. We can be serious like we're right now, but eventually we're going to get silly.
Oh, of course.
That's how I like it. That's how it works. I don't like seeing a teacher be like, you can't curse. Well, cursing's not really a bad thing. It's not even a curse. Fuck, shit, piss. I just did that 3 times, and we do it every time in every episode.
We do curse quite a bit. However, I do think if we were to ever turn this a little more, if we were to get more widestream, then we should kind of tone down on the cursing. However, we're not all that horrible with it. It's not like...
And we're using it in the correct sense.
Yes, we're using it more for emphasis.
Yes, we're not using it, because it's cool. No, we're... Like, if I get mad, I'm going to say fuck or fucking. Well, not now, but, as an example.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, you are quite right. If you have to have a teacher who not only knows their subject and knows their job, but you have to have a teacher that can, I suppose, be democratic in a sense. I'm trying to get a grasp on my own thoughts here, but you have to have a teacher who knows their subject, is respectable, is professional, and does know kind of how to let loose a little bit. Because, my father, who taught English for about 18 years, he was teaching at the university. And he learned that one of the best ways to teach people was to make them laugh.
Exactly. That's humor stays in the brain longer. I can tell you right now, when I was walking to school earlier, I was remembering the clown rape jokes we did earlier. Yes, I am using clown rape. It's a running joke, but I'm not using it as a joke right now.
Of course, we're using it as a reference.
Yeah, and comedy stays in the brain longer. I mean, when my teachers make me laugh, when I laugh at practically anything, even though bad jokes, it stays in my head.
Of course.
So, if teachers learn how to make students laugh with a joke or something, be cool, be relaxed, instead of being all uptight, all dictator.
Yes,
it could work.
Basically be uptight unless the situation calls for it.
Yes, that's what I mean. If a situation calls for you to be uptight and very serious, go ahead and do it. But you can't be constantly serious. It's not. Yes. School is not a business, that's all I gotta say. School is not a business. It's a learning place where I come there where a student like me is forced to come there to learn.
Yes.
If you're gonna. And it's their job to learn, and they chose it, not just for money, because teachers don't get paid that much. Public school teachers do. Don't get paid that much.
Though, going back to government, but using the idea of teachers, if nothing else, technically, shouldn't the president be kind of a more teacher-leader figure?
Yes, he should.
Dictator figure?
What happens is that, because it works like this. We have technically three rulers, as I put it. We have the Congress, House of Representatives, and then we have the President. Or no, I mean Supreme Court, not House of Representatives. My bad.
Yes, I understand what you mean. But one of the biggest differences is, I would say with Canada, one reason why our government is not shutting down is probably because majority of Canadians and Canadian authority figures, even some police officers or whatnot, that are not power tripping, they treat everybody as an equal, which is how a good teacher works in a classroom. They treat students as an equal. Whereas with the American government, it seems like it's not...
Because it's so divided. I mean, if this country, in my mind, could have one adjective that describes it, it's divided. It's the most divided place ever. We had racism division. We had origin division, language division, politics division, philosophy division. Continue, I'm sorry.
No, you're completely right. There is quite a bit of division. I would say the two things that describe Americans the best, no offense, of course, to you or any other of our American listeners, but I would say the two things that describe them best are, yes, divided, but more than anything else, prideful.
That's the biggest problem with this country, is too much pride. I mean, there's no reason to be proud of a country overly. Yes, you're proud to be an American? Go ahead. I'm not going to say, it's even...
America, yeah!
America, fuck yeah!
Here to save the whole motherfucking day, yeah!